Hey y'all, it's April the 24th, 2016. I'm here to share with y'all a little bit of advice. And here's the thing about my advice. You could take it or leave it, alright, truthfully. But I need to put it out there. I need to share it with y'all. I need to be on record about this, alright? So I don't want to look back and say, you know what, I did not share with them this advice.
Who I'm talking to right now is young ladies, millennials, the young ladies out there. I have some things to point out to y'all that you might find extremely important. Some little tips that I feel like hardly anybody's going to share with y'all out there. So I'm making it my duty. Go ahead and do that before I start. Before I start it, let me give you a little bit of background. All right, I have 3 nieces so far. You know what I'm saying? They started popping out when I was in high school. All right, they showed me, you know what I'm saying, just how much and how to care about little girls. And trust me, they taught me a lot. Before then, I had no clue. I came from a family, you know what I'm saying, I had 2 brothers. And I also had another brother who's not a blood brother. Right, but you know what I'm saying, basically all brothers. Had no idea how to care for little girls. These 3 little girls, they taught me a lot. A great deal. They showed me just the kind of things that young girls struggle with. And what they think about. How they react to the world around them. Subsequently, later on, almost 6 years ago, I had a daughter. And she showed me even more. Gave me more insight on the world around little girls, how they react to the world around them, and how it's a treacherous place for them. I mean, it's a treacherous place for everybody, but I got more of a sense on what little girls need to know and what they're not being told. Trust me, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff that they're not being told these days. I promise you that. In fact, they're being told the exact opposite. And see, this is why I want to holler at y'all. All right. Just to start this off. Here's what I want to tell you. You might not hear me, but you'll remember what I'm saying. um, little girls. I'm talking about, preteens all the way up to 17, 18, 19, 20, early 20s. Little girls out there. Y'all are being indoctrinated, straight up programmed. Most of y'all. I mean, the vast majority of y'all are being sabotaged, basically, mentally. All right? And that's a whole nother video. I mean, I can go on and on and on about that. But you are. You're being set up for failure. All right? Period. You just have to take my word for that through your pop culture, through your public schools, through a lot of these grown folks out here. You know what I'm saying? What's on the radio, what's on the TV, what's in the magazines. That is meant to help you fail at life. And it's doing a great job with most of those ladies out there. All right? At the same time, y'all have biological instinct in y'all still. Basically, survival instincts that have helped keep the human race alive for many, many generations. Right? You'll have certain instincts. One of those instincts is the one I had to address today. It's the instinct for young ladies to seek out older men. All right, you might not understand why it is that you're doing that, but you feel the urge to seek out older men. Let me break it down for you simply. The reason that you feel like this is because that is a formula for success. That is a survival instinct. The reason for that is because throughout history, uh, older men, what comes with them is experience. They know how to do things that younger men don't. And I'm not talking about in the bedroom, all right? You need to leave that alone. But I'm talking about in life. They've experienced life. They've learned certain skills. And these skills, most of the men out here that you're looking at, that you're being infatuated by, that you're being taken with, most of these skills are lost on these men that you're looking at. Just to name a few. I'm talking about building, providing, protecting. These have been the sort of skills that men, for many, many generations, have had to know. They had to know these skills because their survival was dependent on it. This past couple of generations, it's not the case. Right? Men have not had to know how to do all these things in order to survive. And that's actually terrible. Let me give you an example. I have a grandfather, or I had one. He died when I was pretty young. His name was Alberto. He was one of those old school Mexicans who used to wear the suspenders. You know what I'm saying? He used to bring me frozen chocolate milks. Alright. This dude could not read. I'm talking about old school Mexicans. Could not read. I'm talking about till his dying days. I consider that sad, but here's what he could do. He could build his own house, and that's what he did. Right? You're talking about a Mexican basically was what would be described as dirt poor. Did not know how to read, but he could build his own house, and he did so. And I've seen that house; it's a pretty sturdy house, still up. Right? Him and his brothers got together and stuff. They banded together and built his house, and I'm sure he helped them build their houses. That's what men did back in those days. This generation, nah, there's men that know how to build houses, but they're few and far between. Period, all day. It's one of those skills that you needed to know how to do in order to survive. And that's why young ladies seeked out older men because they knew how to do this. Right? I mean, there's other skills like protecting. You need to know how to protect uh, your women, your family, your little children. That involve guns. Right? You know what I'm saying? That involved knowing how to physically handle yourself. That involved, to an extent, being wise enough to not get yourself in stupid and dangerous situations. Right? And a lot of this is lost on the older men. So here's the thing. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. Naturally, biologically, y'all young girls out there, you're seeking older men, and this is for a reason. It's for experience. Right? But meanwhile, these older men out here who you're seeking, that you're seeing, that you're becoming infatuated with, that you're having little crushes on, that you're having urges to seek them out. Most of them do not have these skills. Right? They've also been sabotaged to basically prioritize their thinking in a very um, disastrous way, a suicidal way, and different things like money and nice cars and fantasy football and just weird stuff, man. Stuff that has nothing to do with survival instincts to begin with. And not only that, here's something you gotta be careful of. Older men looking for young ladies. It's actually a problem. You might think, oh, well, I got his attention and stuff, and that's good. But it's probably not good because he's seeking out younger ladies, and that's actually a problem. Shouldn't be doing that. Right, why is he doing that? More often than not, it's to chew you up and spit you out. It's disgusting. Right, I can make a whole another video on it, but I'm going to keep it short by saying pedophilia is a very big problem in America. And like I said, I'm going to keep it short, but I mean, this is our pop culture teaching us this. You know what I'm saying? You want to find pedophilia run wild, just look at Hollywood, look at all the movies that are coming out, look at Disney. All right, that's a whole different other video. We're being taught these strange ways. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a certain kind of age gap is acceptable and stuff. Like I said, young ladies tend to seek out men with experience. Right? But you have to look at sideways an older man who's looking at these young girls who do not know shit about the world at all. I know you're thinking to yourself, oh man, I know a lot. I've been around. I know this and that. Here's what I'll express to you. Chances are, no, you do not. And I'm not trying to clown on you right now. I mean, if you're in high school, if you're just barely out of high school, chances are you do not know shit at all about the real world because you haven't been in it yet. Unfortunately. And that's the thing, I'm not clowning on you. When I was in high school, I promise you, I didn't know shit at all. I went through a year of college or whatever, didn't know shit after that. Period, about anything. Right, but that's the nature of public schooling. It's not supposed to teach you about anything. You're supposed to waste your goddamn time for years and years and years. You might ask yourself why that is. So I mean, you gotta look at it sideways. Any older man who's looking for a girl fresh out of high school and stuff like that, who obviously doesn't know stuff about anything. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's the main problem with, you know what I'm saying? What I would deem pedophilic, desires by these older men. It's not necessarily that these young ladies that they're not mature physically, because a lot of y'all young ladies are mature physically. A lot of y'all are blossoming young women. All right. Truly, you're beautiful. But see, the problem with that is that you do not know shit. You are completely ignorant. And it's not to say that you know what I'm saying, you're a bad person. It's just you haven't been through life. Right? And that's a predator coming around looking for the young ladies. Way more often than not. I don't care how smooth he is. I don't care how much money he has. I don't care how much he seems like a real nice guy. He's a predator. He's seeking to chew you up and spit you out. Alright, because that's what he's been taught to do. And it's disgusting. Alright, with all that being said, I want to take you to the Bible real quick. And I know I always do that. But that's because this Bible, it's filled to the brim. With formulas for success, for happiness. If that's what you're looking for, guess what? It's in there. It's an absolute complete guide to it. It's a manual for that. Alright, so like I say, you might be a young lady, you might be looking for a man with experience who could build for you, provide for you, protect you. That you could start a family with, that you could have children with one day. Alright, if that's what you're looking for, you might be missing this formula. You might be overlooking it, because like I said, what's taught in this Bible is absolutely not taught in your public schools. It's not taught in your pop culture. It's not taught by most of the girls you see running around at all. At all. Yeah, you were born into what's called the women's lib movement, trying to get women more freedoms, freedom of choice, freedom of this and that, and liberties, and really it's all disguise. Sorry to break it to you, but it's actually all a ruse to fuck up your life and leave you completely alone and just desperate and, like I said, alone. I mean, just picture an old lady who, living with about 10 cats in her house, all by herself, no children, completely miserable. That's how they want you looking. That's how pop culture wants to have you. That's how your public schools want to have you and stuff. Because they don't teach you the formula for success. Let me just take you to this verse real quick. All right. The Bible is very extensive. There's a lot to learn from it. There's a whole world of knowledge. But sometimes you can take one single verse, study it, and it'll tell you exactly what you're looking for, the answer that you've been looking for to your questions. One such verse is this one right here. It's 1 Corinthians. Go ahead and look this up. 1 Corinthians 11, chapter 11, verse 3. All right. I want you to think about all you've been taught about women being independent and not needing a man and stuff. But except you go out and you find a man who's a little boy who's cute and stuff, and then you give it up to him, man. You disgrace your own body and stuff, and you have what's called fun, it's called freedom, it's called liberty and stuff. Meanwhile, what you're doing is you're cheating yourself. You're being allowed. You're allowing people to teach you ways of failure. All right. You're allowing people to teach you how to get divorced again and again and again, and not knowing how to live your life in a way that's natural, that's successful. Let me take you to this verse real quick. Like I said, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3, it says this, but I would have you know, it's speaking to the ladies out there who want success in their lives. It said, I would have you know that the head of every man is Jesus Christ. There's something you can't get around. If you want success in your life, you have to know that the man that you're seeking out, the head of that man, behind every action, behind every thought and feeling of the man who you want success with, the head of him is going to be Jesus Christ. That's the end of the story, period. Regardless. Right? And you might note that if he's an older man and he's seeking out all these young girls and stuff, that has nothing to do with Jesus Christ at all, period. That's a little tip right there. Alright? He goes on and says, the head of the woman is the man, and it does not mince words about this. You have women who are on a road to failure, absolute failure and disgrace and misery and depression. No matter how much they like to jazz it up and make it seem all nice and wondrous, the road always leads to failure and misery and regret and depression. When they don't understand that at the head of every successful woman is a man, period. That man is supposed to tell you what to do. It's a hard pill to swallow because everything's been teaching you the exact opposite. And I know that's correct. I know that that's what you heard. That, oh, you shouldn't have to listen to a man. Oh, you shouldn't have to do this and that. Oh, you're your own person. Yes, you are your own person. Yes, women are very intelligent, just as intelligent as men. And yes, they're capable of great feats. That's true. But at the head of every successful woman is a man. Period. End of story. Right? If you're aiming for success, you need to recognize that. You need to accept that. You need to submit yourself to a man, like I said, a righteous man. A man who has submitted himself to Jesus Christ. See, this is the ladder of success that we're talking about right here. You might say, well, I mean, what if I can't find a man who's worthy of telling me what to do, telling me who to talk to, telling me who my friends should be, you know what I'm saying, instructing me. What if I can't find a man that's worthy? What if I have a man right now and I love him and I adore him and I think he's so gorgeous and things like that, but, you know, he doesn't have what it takes to tell me how to live. Well, guess what? You have the wrong man, and you're wasting your time. That's a hard pill to swallow. But you need to find a man who can do that for you. And let's finish this up. The head of Christ, obviously, is God. See, that's the ladder. It goes from God to Jesus to man to woman. That is the formula for success. Anything else is going to lead you down a terrible, terrible path. No matter how you try to get away from that, there's no getting away from that. There it is. It is that simple. All right. So I hope this helped y'all out there. I hope that, you know, some of y'all are going to remember what it is I'm saying and stuff. Especially throughout this tribulation, you got to understand that marriages, relationships are not going to make it through this tribulation. It's going to be nothing but heartache, nothing but heartbreak. It's nothing but defeat and failure in your future. Unless you go ahead and understand that there is a formula for success. And it's staring you in the face. And it completely contradicts all the bullshit programming that you're gonna find on television, that you're gonna find on the radio, that you're gonna find in the magazines, that you're gonna find everywhere. You're swimming in it. You want the real answers? Send this book that a lot of people are afraid to read. Anyways, this is April the 24th, 2016.